Welcome to TradeTheNBI.com. This is John's Reports for the 11th of August, and well, we've had cyan under red. We're waiting for a small uptick in the steel. We're starting to see that, and of course, with that comes a new push. We've had no change in our power mode readings, as well as shakeout continuing to rise. We are starting to get right at the edge of what would be considered an overbought condition, with the extreme turning yellow from a daily standpoint. So we haven't seen any reds other than here on the NASDAQ, where we had a few back a while ago, and we filled those back in nicely. But the NASDAQ's slightly behind the ES in its overall move. From a euro standpoint, of course, they're maintaining it, getting to an interesting little overdone point, but with this steel still below the negative 13.5, there's plenty of room for it to push forward. And of course, that beautiful oil just maintaining itself right in line, no change with that one. And of course, gold also with that negative reading, but still cyan under red. So it's just an opportunity for a reset to acquire more. We had a very tiny day when you think about it from an ES standpoint here. We started up, reached the keys, the 100% marker, and what we started to get was just a little bit of softening, and then finally we broke out with the full DOC spread here as we started to cascade lower. We reached that 0 point, so that's where that red, when it gets to the zero, it breaks down below. Got to get back above that zero if you're going to maintain yourself, and that led to the deepest decline, which literally just filled in from previous extremes back before. It was nothing. If we just slide back here, let's do that real quick. You can see where we had a few of these positive extremes right back here. So they started developing with the yellows, and then it went all the way up to here, and we filled all that back in and just took out a little bit more of it. Wasn't anything over the top. We got a little bit later signal. Of course, you ended up with a nice power crossover right there with green above the red at that particular stage, and just took off back to the highs. And then we just consolidated for a while until right at post market. Little yellow candle there, and we've taken off from there, and they're pretty solid overall. If we look at it from oops, decline that chart a little bit too fast there. And even now you can see cyan clearly under. We were right at steel completely resetting, so a turn up there can really drive this further up. So maybe we fill out, we get a positive extreme that took place right about here that filled, so that leaves the next set of them that really doesn't start until this up move right there. So right around 33.59 range, we can actually put a marker right about there. Code agenda. And we just get closer and closer towards that overall 4K projection, now almost at 34, and entirely possible we get there. And this is just the precursor towards, will a deal be reached or not? At least you have a temporary stave off, with the payroll deduction. That's going to help a little, but not much. I mean, still the Fed's going to have to provide a ton of liquidity, and I think that's what the market still is recognizing, that as long as the Fed's buying everything up, you can just keep bidding it, and there's nowhere else to put your money, so you got really no alternatives at this particular stage. That's just the quick and the short of it. There really isn't anything else to say about it this time, barring any unforeseen continued shootings at the White House or something like that. Things still Fed controlled, so don't fight the Fed. That's what we always say. As always, though, if there's anything unique, I will certainly put it up on the Skype chat. As always, trade well. We'll talk to you later.